Hey, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Oh my God, we gotta cancel this son of a bitch.
Cancel him.
Cancel him now. I said no. We've been trying to cancel him for years, and the mother won't go away.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love it.
What's up? Welcome back to the Jordan and Dreama show. I'm Jordan, and
I'm Dreama.
my lovely co-host Dreama's here. Hey, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Oh my God, we gotta cancel this son of a bitch.
Cancel him.
Cancel him now. I said no. We've been trying to cancel him for years, and the mother won't go away. Why won't he won't go away?
Has it actually been years worth of trying to cancel?
Yeah.
Like, have they been?
Yeah, that video. They circulated that video years ago, and you know it wasn't like he was still big then though, and it was still like a thing, but it wasn't big like right now because I think that the timing was perfect for right now because. Look, it looks like it's a plan. Like they planned this. You can do a timeline out and you can look at the attacks that they have had on Joe Rogan, and you can see that they're trying every angle they can to cancel him. Now, is the Joe Rogan thing really about racism? Well, we have to ask that question a week and a half ago because we were asking, is the Joe Rogan really about misinformation? And then go back 2 more weeks and then say, oh, is this really about Joe? Like, you see how this is kind of stepping into these weird political areas. And it's a lot of politics, Dream.
Yeah, it's definitely escalating. I see it. Well, I definitely see it escalating. I really do. I think this is just a game. It really is. And you know what's crazy? It's okay for the American people to have a voice, but I don't know how far I would go with this cancel culture thing. You know what I mean? The ideology of them just isn't working out. I don't think it's a great, you know what I mean?
And I don't think that most people even agree with it. I mean, there has to be something that can be done because mob rule cannot happen. That's why democracy is actually a shit system, like actual democracy. Oh, we vote for it, so that means we get it. Majority rules. Well, if the majority thinks that, oh, I don't know, we should just kill dogs for fun because we had a dog video the other day, and they vote on it and they say, yeah, we can. Does that make it right just because more people voted on it? How do you really manage things to where it's better for everybody? But the Joe Rogan thing. So we've been covering it on this channel. I started out with Ethan Klein calling out Joe Rogan for misinformation. And then Joe Rogan interviewed 2 doctors, one of them being a doctor who created the mRNA vaccine. And there was a lot of controversy for that. And there was a lot of people very angry that he did that. And people were saying we need to cancel Joe Rogan because of misinformation. And then a little bit later, Howard Stern who has some of the most worst racist jokes out there. I mean, he's dressed up in blackface. He's done all kinds of like things right now you would be completely canceled for. But since he did it 30 years ago, it's okay. But Joe Rogan did this 12 years ago and it's not okay. Almost as if you are protected by your politics.
I don't know. That just seems kind of bizarre because if we're like really being interested in the conversation, it just seems to me like if we're investigating like blackface, that's a big deal. Like I've seen
that sucks. That's pretty fucked. That's pretty fucked up because they wore it to make fun of, like that sucks.
Different. Like that's a whole fucking different thing. Like you can't just put on a mask and actually deliberately like make fun of a community or a culture. I get that. I can get the sensitivity with that. But when you're talking about somebody just putting a sentence together that someone else had made, like you're just in quotation basically, maybe not verbatim, you're like in quotations just saying what someone had said, and then you have all these people putting what is it called, Big Bubba? It's
compilation.
You know what I mean? That's just, come on. Come on.
Yeah, and it's obvious what they're trying to do with the compilation, and it's all out of context, and not even saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, or, you know, I don't agree with a lot of the things that Joe Rogan says anyway. I don't agree with anybody like that anyway. So you had Howard Stern, you had Ethan Klein, and then you had the thing in the news about Joe Rogan and the 200 doctors that signed a paper saying we want him off of Spotify. And that was kind of big in the news until people started actually analyzing it, and they realized that it was not actually all 200 doctors. It was like a few nurses, a few veterinarians, a few healthcare workers, probably some custodians, probably somebody off the street that was pissed off, and they're like, yeah, I'll agree with that. That sounds pretty good to me too. But even with that being said, independently, if you get 200 people to sign a paper, that doesn't mean that this company has to do anything that you say. Doesn't mean that you have to do anything that they say. So after all this stuff started coming out, Neil Young, who's your boy Neil Young, said he's taking off his music off of Spotify. Him and Joe Rogan can't be on the same one. And Neil Young's politics, he's a hippie rocker from the 60s or 70s. What do you think his politics are?
Man.
Communistic shithead. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But whatever, this is America. You can have whatever ideology you want. It just sucks whenever you try to push that onto other people. And that's what these people are doing. But I understand that especially if you're reaching a large amount of people, like Joe Rogan is, like more than anybody in the history of the world. Basically, yeah, here's Joe Rogan's voice, because 110 million downloads per month. That's just insane. That's insane to even imagine.
I know, right? That's like an enormous amount of consumers, basically.
Yeah. And now the thing is, do you leave the message from the podcast? Because it is a podcast where you just get on and you just start talking. Do you leave the message for the podcast? Now, do you need to edit those to where you're going to kind of be their parents and give them information that's easy to listen to? Or do you need to just be open and real? Because there is something to be said that you are reaching 110 million people. So I kind of liked, like, Joe Rogan apologized for the Spotify stuff. And the way that they're going to correct it is anytime he has somebody on there that is dealing with medical information or any type of things that are important in the culture at hand, they're going to put a warning label on it. You remember how they would have parental advisory stickers on CDs that you buy? They wouldn't sell them at Walmart, but you'd buy them from the mall, and it's like actually has cussing in it, so you can hear the real thing. So they're going to put warning labels on his podcast now. And that just wasn't enough. #cut2. I don't remember what the Twitter it was, but these are obviously politically motivated groups. And they posted the N-word video of Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan saying the N-word repeatedly on his podcast. And whatever your feelings are about that, it could have been taken out of context, was taken in context. Whatever happens with it, that hit the news and it went everywhere. And there was a lot of people that was saying, oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And there were a lot of people who were saying that that's fucked up, that they're trying so hard to cancel Joe Rogan. They're trying really, really hard. And a lot of people aren't necessarily sure what and how to handle this information. You know, you see a lot going on, Dreama. You see a lot of people talking about it. I see different sides from all angles, and people are talking about it. And the crazy thing is, now, you know, Dreama, how we're talking about this kind of being politics, right? Like I kind of have a feeling like it's kind of leading into politics. It's kind of icky feeling, because the constant attacks is like, you could have hit him with any of this stuff before, especially the racist stuff. That racist stuff was there way before this. So if that was a real problem, that would have been sniffed out way long ago. And people would have been like, no, no, this needs to be taken care of. This needs to be taken care of now because this guy is crazy, disgusting. Instead, what's really happening is they're saying, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. Okay, well, that didn't work. The 200 doctors signing the paper didn't work. Neil Young didn't work. All these other artists didn't work. Maybe the N-word didn't work. What's next? What's next? What's going to be the next controversy? That's what we want to know, because it's going to keep going and it's going to keep going and it's going to keep going.
It literally it took something to spark people's eyes that had the attention on him for them to investigate and go way, way back. 12 years, I think you said, a decade plus 12
a decade,
years.
10 years. Yep, exactly.
I mean, like, let's just be honest. Of course, it's politics. You have people who are interested in canceling, which is nowadays, that's what people
like
use.
Normal, and it's so cringe. I hate that we have to be like, screw cancel culture. I hate it because we sound like those like cringe patriot front people or something. But it's like
they're always wrong. Like, actually, sometimes, like, I think cancel culture very rarely actually comes into play at perfect times,
and they get it right.
Like, but it goes overboard, and I think a lot of them are kids that contribute to that organization. I really do. I think
and they're overly sensitive.
Majority of them are the new generation, and that think, they have their own mentality.
They're idealistic and they want to live in a perfect world.
Well, sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but young people have that. But young people think that they can do that. They think that they can create a perfect world, and it's like, well, we want to create as close to perfect as we can, but whenever it comes to it, you're making things worse. If you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you're going to start hurting people. And sure, Joe Rogan, he's the richest podcaster there is. He's the most popular podcaster there is. If he gets canceled, he'll be fine. He can't really be canceled because he'll just go somewhere else and everybody will follow him. I'm sure he would get crazy support wherever he went. But that goes into the weird politics thing, Dream. So now here I want to show you this video because politics. Everything's getting infected with politics. Now, this is the White House press secretary. And
the Surgeon General also was asked on MSNBC.
Joe Rogan. More can be done on Joe Rogan.
Vaccine comments on
Dreama, have they ever talked about radio shows like this? Have they ever talked about like television shows like this? Like, I think of podcasts as entertainment.
I'm not 100% sure if they ever have, but I can tell you that this is the first time I've ever heard it. But the fact that they would have like a just actors or actresses or people with influence that's really just comes from like working hard to be on television. But this is a White House. This is security, basically, like seniority and people who have to protect this country. And I see these people
they're in positions of authority.
Exactly. They're trying to protect this country. It doesn't look like it to me. They're taking their time asking you about excuse my language, but a fucking podcast. You kidding me?
No, a fucking podcast. You said it perfectly.
Like, let's go. Like, we got shit to worry about, like real things that are happening in this world, not just on the internet, not just on what you can get on Spotify to listen to. I mean,
right. For entertainment. While I can't listen to Joe Rogan because I'm driving to work now. I'm so mad. I'm so sad. Or what do we, how does this go to the president? Like the White House is talking about this. Is it that big of a deal?
I don't think it's getting to the president because I honestly, my opinion is he doesn't really understand shit. So he can't answer any type of, he doesn't know what's going on.
Answer. No, he can't answer shit.
But he has his office, his people, his employees answering just things that hit the headline. Are you kidding me? It hits the headline, so now the White House is a part of it.
Right.
Like, it was something that like maybe bomb, blah blah blah, things they always do. But this is crazy, Big Bubba.
Yep.
I mean, I really don't understand what's going on.
I don't understand anything, but I feel like I have an idea what's going on. I feel like I'm getting an idea of what's going on here.
Said that tech companies
Braxton,
have an
maybe?
important role to play in stopping misinformation because they are the predominant places where misinformation spreads. Does the White House and the administration think this is a satisfactory step?
Our hope is that all major tech platforms and all major news sources, for that matter, be responsible and be vigilant to ensure the American people have access to accurate information on something as significant as COVID-19. That certainly includes Spotify. So this disclaimer, it's a positive step, but we want every platform to continue doing more to call out mis and disinformation while also uplifting.
Hey,
Mis and disinformation. Oh, well, I didn't agree with your word. So, you have to make sure that my company can sell that product that my company's trying to sell. Yeah, they sell vaccines. Sure. The government bought it though. So you can take it. Go on and take it. Please take it.
oh my God, I couldn't have said it any better. That's like,
Well, Dreama, but like the whole thing just sucks because it's like I'm minding my own business sitting in my house, and then they knock on my door and they're like, hey, you need to get this shot. Why? I'm minding my own business. Well, we don't want you to die. It's for your health. What? I got to take this company's product because for my health? What?
that's
Their stock price shot up, right? When all this happened. A lot of business involved with this stuff too. Weird how health and business is all kind of getting intertwined now. It's going to be interesting to see people in the future looking back at this because there's a lot of shady shizzle that seems to be going on, and it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So then after that video happened, Joe Rogan came out and apologized for it. Now, a lot of people are arguing that he shouldn't have apologized because if he apologized, then that's basically him admitting that he's wrong. If he didn't apologize, he would have just keep moving because they'll get over it in a day. They'll move on to something else. Like obviously, they've tried to hit him 5 or 6 different times so far, ever since he's been on Spotify. So ever since he got that real major deal.
They were not gonna stop until he verbally makes an apology. Let's just be honest. I mean,
he made an apology, Dreama, but they're still going after him. He apologized, and seems like they're still going after him.
Even worse. It's
Yeah,
like, okay.
So do you think that it was a good idea for him to apologize, or do you think that he should have just stayed strong and just tried to keep going forward?
I definitely think he probably should have stayed strong and kept trucking. But at the same time, if you have millions of dollars in assets and you have investments and you have companies that are up in hand and you have like how many $1 million contract?
110 million, 112 million, something crazy. It's like $26 million a year, something like that.
So I think it's really just hard to choose a pathway because you never know with this cancel culture anymore. You don't know with the White House. You don't know what they're gonna do. Like they have their foot. You have the White House going against you. Like I mean, like what's going on?
It's like what? Why are they even worried about it? Oh, we don't want misinformation. We don't want disinformation. Well, what is the right information? What is I don't know if I can trust any of this stuff. That's what's scary about it. It's very scary.
Everybody thinks that they know. People are like, no, don't take shots. People are like, yes, take shots. It just comes down to it's your body and you make that choice. And if anybody has an opinion, I mean, have an opinion, but like you take it, or this is going to benefit you in this, like with factual. Too much. And then you have the White House going, it's just, this is too much.
And you have the White House saying, get it or else. It's like, dude.
This make me angry. I'm being legitimately, it's really upsetting.
Yeah, it's upsetting. It's upsetting because it's like, dude, geez, chill out, relax. But everybody needs to relax. Everybody's so pent up and everybody's so like stressed out. And I get it because, things aren't looking good. We have a lot of real problems here, like right outside of our steps. But for some reason, everybody's arguing about fucking Joe fucking Rogan. Exactly. Mr. DMT guy, like, like, come on, the UFC fighter commentator, like that guy. That's what y'all are really worried about. Like, sure. Yeah. He has doctors on his thing and he has all kinds of different people. And I agree. If you get one side of an argument, you should have the other side of an argument. You should have both sides. But at the same time, you know, when it comes back to the apology thing, I do agree that yes, it's probably a bad idea to apologize, especially for something you're not sorry for. Don't apologize for something you're not sorry for. Don't. But if you are sorry for it, then I don't think that that's a bad idea to fucking apologize. Because if you truly feel sorry and you truly feel like you should apologize, then you should apologize. Now, people can take that apology and do what they will with it. And at the end of the day, we are only humans, and you got to take care of yourself and say what makes you feel good, or say what's true to you in your own ideals. But it's just the apology thing, like apologizing. And I don't think it's that bad. Unless you really aren't sorry, then don't apologize. But if you are sorry, you can apologize. Either way, time's going to pass. People are going to forget about this. People are going to forget about it. And at the end of the day, whether he apologized or not, what can you do about it? What can you do about it?
Well, I'm gonna just step in and I have to say this because this is something that I've seen a lot. There has actually been a lot of influential people who have been canceled nowadays, like actually canceled.
Yeah.
And I know he's really big, and you know he does his stuff, but it still scares people. Like I said, especially with the assets and things like that. Now he's actually scared. So he had to go out and apologize, because I'm sure like the people over him was like, hey, like we got this way or this way. You know what I mean? This is gonna happen if you go this way, and this is gonna happen if you go this way. Which perspective are you gonna be perceived as? And he took a leap and he apologized, because I guess he hurt everyone's feelings for being human. But
oh, God forbid you be human and you make a mistake. No bad words. And we're about to get into that one too, because you're going to love this. You're going to love the next little piece to this Joe Rogan controversy, especially you, because we grew up with this, and, you know, I'm a wrestler and we grew up watching wrestling, and, you know, I have a soft spot for the wrestlers when they're out there doing their thing. But The Rock really shoved some pie into his face with this one. So when the Neil Young stuff was going on and they were like, cancel Joe Rogan, The Rock tweeted, hey, brother, I got your back. I'm going to here. Let me see if they have it on the article over here. Dwayne Johnson.
Wondering, what was your favorite wrestlers growing up? What was your like top three growing up? What was it?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Eddie Guerrero, and that third one's going to be hard. That third one's going to be hard. As a kid, probably Hulk Hogan. I'll probably throw Hulk Hogan in there, but I loved him when I was younger, not whenever I was like a teenager. You know, teenage years was fucking Stone Cold all the way. The Rock was never one of my favorites, but I always appreciated The Rock and was always entertained by him. You can't not be entertained by The Rock. So The Rock, he voiced support for Joe Rogan, saying like, hey, brother, I got your back. You know, like, don't let this cancel culture get you down, brother. Don't let this cancel culture get you down. But then old slipping Jimmy The Rock.
They came after him.
The Rock. Somebody wrote The Rock. The Rock was not aware of the N-word video that Joe Rogan put out. And then somebody wrote him, Dom Winslow, said, dear at The Rock, you're a hero to many people, and using your platform to defend Joe Rogan, a guy that used and laughed about using the N-word dozens of times, is terrible use of your power. Have you actually listened to this man's many racist statements about Black people? Jesus. And then, of course, The Rock goes, dear Don Winslow, thank you so much for this. I hear you as well as everyone here, 100%. I was not aware he used a bad, naughty word used prior to my comments, but now I've become educated to his complete narrative. Disgusting racist. We know what you're up to, Joe, stupid racist Rogan. Oh, so gross. Joe Rogan's so gross. But now I've become educated. Learning moments for me. Mahalo, brother, and have a great and productive weekend. Yeah, mahalo, fucking douchebag. All right, now, Yeah, and I don't really hate The Rock. I think this is more so somebody stepping in shit because he's trying to. Because look, a tweet that the Joe Rogan was all in the news. A tweet was going to get a bunch of shares and shit like that. So The Rock was like, "Yeah, I'm going to put out some support." And then he saw a video. The video don't look good. The video don't look good. They edited the shit out of that. What's that?
Can we watch it? Can we watch it?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Just like
So there you go. So you see, like in the context, he's explaining the word, and he's explaining. He's just like, it's not hateful. He's just using the word in a conversation. He literally, basically, he said the word. He said the word. But that's what kind of stemmed all the stuff with the Rock stuff. And now we'll head back on over to the Rock, because now we got Joe Rogan saying that, right?
Well,
and
it seems to me it seems to me that every single time that they cut just for that word.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And then there was no like before or after, no explanation into what he was
It's
talking
just
about.
about the word.
I think we should all do our research and actually look up those videos and see the whole full content of what was going on, because
there's some other videos that are on Twitter, and I won't do that. You do your own due diligence on that one. But there are a bunch of videos where it does show it in context and it explains it a little bit better. But that's a hit job, and that's what a hit job's supposed to do. Now The Rock, of course, trying to play Mr. Everybody's guy or whatever. Thank you so much. I didn't know about this. But then he made the biggest blunder. The Rock spoke out against Joe Rogan, but is too dumb to delete his old bigoted tweets first. Dreama, do you want to see one of his bigoted tweets? Wow, The Rock, you can't just quietly delete transphobic attacks without giving a groveling apology and expect to ever work in Hollywood again. Do Under Armour, Ford, Apple, Netflix, and the rest of his sponsors, partners agree with this hateful rhetoric? Shh. Here's the Rock's tweet. Shh. Don't be angry, Miss Katie. It's not our fault you're turning tranny tricks to put yourself through nursing school. Shh. Jesus. I mean, that's fucking harsh. Either way you put it, that is kind of harsh. Either way you put it, whether it be a wrestling character or not, that's harsh.
oh my God, are you kidding? Wait, okay, so what video are they talking? What seems so transphobic with him? This actually seems like he's upset because maybe he did do something, because Joe Rogan did. I mean, come on, he hasn't responded like this at all. So it makes me feel like this guy is actually, you know what I mean, guilty for something, it looks like.
Who, The Rock?
Yeah.
Well, this is in 2011. 2011. And he's making, and this is the comment that he forgot to delete before he decided to step back against Joe Rogan. He forgot to delete his own hateful comments first. So now everybody's going back and they're like, hey, The Rock, you're just as hateful as Joe Rogan. And now they're all saying pile on, because I mean, it's right there though, Dreama. And he deleted it, but people are like, oh, wow, The Rock, you can't just quietly delete transphobic attacks without giving a groveling apology. Maybe you should have, deleted this first before you started jumping around. And now here he is. All right, Dream, you're going to love this one because this is an actual video of him.
Like a bloated transvestite Wonder Woman ready to fight.
A bloated transvestite Wonder Woman.
Like a bloated transvestite Wonder
God.
Woman ready to fight crime. Pew, 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 pew. Like a bloated.
And now, and he's obviously being funny, but do you think that trans people would have a problem with that?
Okay, if Joe Rogan can go on a podcast and be serious about other specific
and have very serious conversations with so many people, right?
But then you have somebody and listen, I grew up with The Rock. He's in my top 5.
Yeah, he's entertaining. He's being funny. I get it, but we gotta call bullshit.
I understand, but I would say like back in the day when I was a kid, it would be Hulk Hogan, it would be The Rock. No, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, the Hardy Boys.
Oh yeah,
like
the Hardys. Yep.
Yeah, so that would be the top 5. So just understand what I'm saying about this right now. I'm not being ignorant or being mean. I actually love this guy. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking love The Rock too. But we got to call bullshit on him, and we got to call bullshit.
Yeah.
And then the last one.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's just bullshit. But it's like he put himself into a position to where it's like,
He did.
What can he do? Of course, he had to be like, oh shit, fucking, I didn't know they were going to post this Joe Rogan N-word meme. Sorry, bro. Didn't know about that. Don't want anybody else jumping on me about this. Oh no. The Rock's got to be like, fuck, man. I like Joe Rogan, but I don't want to get canceled either, bro. And he's getting canceled too. Well, it's not as bad, obviously, but
Right.
laugh out loud at
So
The Rock
funny, man.
deleting his dodgy tweets. He wanted to judge others, and now he's going to see how far that gets him. A lot of really bad stuff about him has been sent my way, and I'm not the only person receiving this information. It isn't over yet. Old videos of The Rock being racist started spreading across Twitter as well. Oh boy, here you go, Dream. Now you tell me how you think this one is, because
wait. So it's more than being transphobic in that area. So there's actually racist videos.
So now we got the racist one. Here's the racist one, Dream.
Okay.
You tell me what you think.
If you need even further clarification, let The Rock tell you in Chinese.
Uh-oh. Chinese?
Ding bong ding dong, he's Stone Cold Arie.
I mean, that's a very stereotypical Chinese voice and way of speaking. Very stereotypical.
I mean, it seems like he was trying to make a joke, but at the same time, if other people are doing the same thing,
can we joke or not? I know he was making a joke, but can we joke or not?
it's hypocritical.
Yeah, that's the cancel culture. That's why cancel culture is so, I know, and I hate fucking cringe being like cancel culture, but that's why it sucks, because nobody's perfect. Everybody does and says dumb shit, like The Rock. But I still love The Rock. I don't hate The Rock, yeah, sure, he stepped in shit with this one. I mean, and you don't like, nobody likes stepping in shit at all. But I mean, it is what it is, It is what it is. He stepped in shit, and he should have just shut the fuck up, because he's got a lot of money too. I don't know who's got more money, The Rock or Joe Rogan, because
That's the thing. That's what I don't understand, is how this man, who has been, in everybody's top 5 for years and years and years, and he does movies and makes you love him more. He has a lot of money. He befriended Kevin Hart, which Kevin Hart could lighten anybody's heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. I really don't, because he does have the money. I don't know why he would be hypocritical. I don't know why that doesn't make sense.
I don't think he was thinking that deeply about it, Dream. I think that he was just like, let me throw out some support for Rogan. And then he got that tweet, and he was like, Mahalo, brother. Shit. This looks bad.
You know what? He probably did that support, not thinking, and then he was like, oh wait, I fucked up back in the day. Oh shit, too late, but I'm still gonna try to take these videos down.
And then everybody sees it. Yep, and everybody sees it, and now little dum-dums like us are sitting here like, oh, The Rock. Why? It doesn't change anything that I think about The Rock. It's just fun to make fun of, because it's like, I like that guy, but man, that part of his personality is kind of annoying. But
oh, for sure.
That's the thing is, the biggest point of all of this is, let's just accept each other, guys. Flaws and all. Accept each other, flaws and all, because we all have the flaws, guys. Whether you want to admit it or not, we're all not perfect individuals, and and we're all a walking minefield of being offended, of getting our feelings hurt, and all these things. And sensitivity is on the rise, and people are way more sensitive nowadays, because we have all these things making us more sensitive and making us less likely to push and to be grinding and to have this hard, strong attitude. So you're going to get way more people complaining and talking about these types of things. Not to say that that's not valid. That is valid to a certain point, but you still have to live your life.
So I want to know your exact last thought to this.
Okay. All right. Ready for the final thought? We're ready for the final thought. So I seen a clip of Joe Rogan's most recent podcast. It was on Twitter. I'm going to share it. I could share it, but whatever. he was saying, and he probably got this from Dave Chappelle. He was saying how if you get off of the internet and you just go outside, you're living your life. Go bowling. Go outside. Go to the batting cages. Go hiking. Go to the beach. Interact with normal people. Because majority of the time, it's a pretty pleasant experience. It's pretty good. But when you get online and you're always focused on the stuff online, that heartbeat's going to be going. That brain's going to be going. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be, because it's not a natural thing for us to be connected to so many people and to be socializing with so many people all the damn time. So in my head, the biggest thing about this is the lesson that we can take out of this as normal people living our own lives is whenever we are getting overwhelmed with social media, and you do feel like people are coming down on you for personality traits that you can't even help, turn it off, walk away, and enjoy your life. It's not always that easy, but you have to try. You have to try. And I don't, and when it comes down to it, I don't think that any of this stuff was actually about racism. I don't think any of this stuff was actually about any of the bad negative things that either one of, I don't think The Rock's racist. I don't think Joe Rogan's racist. I don't think Howard Stern's racist, even though he did some fucking super, he did his shit's way worse than everybody.
Yeah.
Funny, taboo, funny shit, like shit that you're not supposed to do, but that's kind of why it's funny. But I don't hate any of these people. We shouldn't be hating people, and we shouldn't want them canceled. Don't pay attention to them. Obviously, that's the obvious answer. But no, that's my final thoughts. My final thoughts are go outside, relax, guys. Try not to let these things bother you so much. Try not to. What you got, Dream?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that was perfect. I'm sorry. I don't think I can add anything else to that. That was legitimately the best thought that we could.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you all next time.